So today in this video, we're going to talk about a couple of things, but the biggest one is what is the total cost? How much money do I have invested to get this car supercharged? What are some points about having a supercharged Fox body you should know? And what do I think in general? Let's get into it. Okay, let's start off with the supercharger itself. So the base Vortec kit, the V3, is going to be right around $3,500, give or take. Sometimes there's sales. But my kit came with the Heritage gears, which are the noisy gears, the old school ones. I had to have those. So that brought the total cost for the entire kit to $4,042. That's not including tax or shipping or anything like that. Okay, so I wanted to run more than the 5 to 6 PSI that this kit came with because quite honestly, you're not gonna feel a whole lot from that. So I had to do some upgrades. And I will say also, that's for just the basic cast kit. If you want it black or if you want it polished, you can go ahead and up that base price. But let's get back to this. So I wanted to run more boost. In order to run more boost, you have to have a bypass valve. So the kit comes with a discharge tube that does not have a provision for the bypass valve. So I had to order the discharge tube that had the provision for the bypass valve, and I had to order the Vortec Max Flow Race bypass valve. So those two parts came up to a total of, well, let's see, the discharge tube is about $295, and the Max Flow Race bypass valve is $410-ish, depending on where you look. So we've already added a significant amount of cost over the base kit. So the next thing I did with the supercharger kit was a pulley. I wanted more than 5 to 6 PSI. I wanted around 10 PSI. So I had to order a pulley for the supercharger kit, which was about $144. And I also had to pick up another belt because the length was wrong on the supercharger belt, which cost me about $60. Now, if you look really closely at the base kit, the air inlet for the supercharger that comes with this base Vortec kit resembles essentially a dryer vent and a tiny little filter. Not exactly ideal for moving air into that supercharger in a big hurry. So I went to Anderson Ford Motorsports and picked up one of their power pipes, which is a giant ceramic coated tube with a long 12-inch filter that goes inside the fender well. That right there was $320, but it gets all the air in. Okay, another issue with belt-driven superchargers as a whole is belt slip. And so again, I went back to Anderson Ford Motorsport and picked up one of their AFM belt tensioners. You need all the tension you can get without breaking the supercharger to eliminate that belt slip, because that's going to kill boost. As the engine RPMs rise, the belt will try to slip, and when you want the power the most, you're not going to get it. So the Anderson belt tensioner, $115. Small price to pay to get ideal tension on your supercharger belt. Okay, so add more power, what else do you need more of? Fuel. So, like I said, if your engine is bone stock, this base kit, you don't have to change anything. But obviously most of you are not bone stock. Pop's car has the GT40 top end kit. So we needed more fuel because we're putting boost on top of that. So I've got 38-pound COYOTE injectors in here, which we had laying at the shop from a previous swap. But an injector in that neighborhood is gonna run anywhere between $300 and $400. So you can add that to your list of parts. Sticking with the fuel side of it, we had to add an Aeromotive 340 pump, which is pretty much mandatory. You're gonna pay about $160 for an Aeromotive drop-in in-tank pump. And I also figured out my stock wiring was not getting enough voltage to the pump and essentially killing it prematurely. So I did the Aeromotive fuel pump heavy duty wiring kit, which was about 180 bucks. And now we have absolutely no fueling issues at all, but there again, added cost. Okay, so let's talk about how you're gonna run this. Will your stock ECU do it? Somewhat, yes. The best option, if you wanna run your stock ECU, which I would not trust a boosted engine to a 35-year-old ECU, would be to buy an SCT chip, which is about 260 bucks, and then you're gonna have to pay for dyno time and tuning to have that chip tuned. $260 chip plus $400 to $600 for dyno time and a tune. I chose to go with the MS3 Pro from Amp EFI to get rid of that raggedy old ECU that are failing. They're just failing. They're old. You know, some of them are pushing 40. So I paid $1,200 for the MS3 Pro ECU. And then you're also going to have to add on top of that, regardless of which route you go, is you're going to need a wideband because air-fuel ratios on a boosted engine are critical. So I got the AEM wideband. There's several different brands. I just got the AEM from Summit Racing, and it was about 260 bucks. So that's roughly going to round out total cost. So what is our total? So just supercharge related, nothing else, absolutely nothing else, just supercharge related. We're about $7,400 into supercharging this car. So is it cheap? No, but I get so many emails and so many DMs like, man, you can get the Vortec kit for about $3,500. Yes, you can, but that, as I'm saying, that does not tell the whole story of what it actually takes to get it where you want it, running right, tuned, reliable, and you're not tearing stuff up. So I've done videos like this in the past where I talked about a top-end kit where trick flow top-end kit's right around $3,000. It's got everything you need. No, not even close. And doing this is the same exact way. Just because you see a base price and it's a kit does not mean that you're done. And like I said, I've more than doubled the original cost, roughly doubled the original cost of the supercharger to get it installed, set up the way I want to, and to where I'm not going to be blowing head gaskets or destroying my engine. Just keeping everything safe and reliable. That's the key. Also, again, at 5 PSI, you're going to be very upset that you spent the money because it will be not impressive at all. Just trust me when I tell you, 5 PSI, you'll feel it a little bit, but you're gonna be pretty upset that you've got a supercharged car and it doesn't really feel all that fast. What can you expect as far as power? Well, we're set up right around 10 PSI and have a very basic GT40 heads cam intake combo. If this car had aluminum heads, better heads, a better cam, a higher flowing intake, we'd make quite a bit more power. Right now we're sitting right around 430 rear wheel horsepower, and the car is a lot of fun to drive. And guess what? That's exactly why I built this car. I had a plan when I built this car that I wanted a retro build, and I stuck to that plan, and I'm really pleased with it. And you can easily make more power, but again, you're gonna spend a lot more money. You're gonna need more injector, you're gonna need more fuel, and you're probably gonna wanna do other grades like step up to a 8 rib or 10 rib belt setup. The list is endless. There's higher stages of the Vortex supercharger, like the T trim and all of those. So this is very basic, and again, you're going to be sitting right around $7,400 give or take on a comparable setup, and you're going to make right around 400 to 450 horsepower depending on your engine combo. Another thing you've got to be wary of is heat. When it's hot outside, you might as well hang it up. Your IATs are gonna soar, your ECU is gonna pull timing, and all that wonderful power you were making is gone. That's why they call fall boost weather. All right guys, there you have it. I hope that helps. Like I said, tons of guys have emailed and texted and asked me, you know, what I thought about it. Is it worth it? How much? Blah, blah, blah. So I thought this video was worthwhile doing. Yes, I do love it. It's everything I hoped it would be. The sound is amazing. The power is great. Not a world beater, but it's a lot of fun. And so absolutely no regrets. I wanted this from the time I was probably 13, 14 years old, reading Muscle Mustangs and, you know, middle of school and early high school. So yeah, it's everything I wanted. If you're wanting to go really fast, this isn't the setup for you. I'll just go ahead and tell you that now. But it is quick, and it puts a smile on my face every time. Can't get gas, can't sit at a stoplight without someone wanting to know what's under the hood or getting thumbs up or people taking pictures and videos. It's classic Fox body. That's exactly what I wanted, exactly what I built. So guys, I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, please drop me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.